Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. If you guys are enjoying the daily crypto news, make sure you support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. I appreciate it a ton, guys. And also make sure you check out my second channel called Dusty Finance. A lot of cool videos on here, no advertisements. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. Link is in the description. So the question of today is, if you had to make a top 3 cryptos, which 3 would be in it? I guess for most people, Bitcoin and XRP will be in, but what would be your third coin, right? If you had to pick another one. Comment it down below. I really would like to read a couple of you guys' suggestions. And by the way, make a top 3, not just one, but a top 3. Kraken's top crypto traders reveal Bitcoin forecasts, list Ethereum, Monero, XRP, Litecoin, and Tezos as favorite altcoins. So basically, Kraken had a 12-page report where their top traders have put some recommendations and then really basically their opinion. And the survey was conducted in late January and involves 400 respondents, most of whom manage less than $10 million in assets, but still a freaking ton of money, I should say. And most of them are really quite positive on the prices that they're predicting for our coins, which to me is saying quite something. These guys, of course, have a very big benefit in the prices going up, but that they're expecting it to go up over this year, still to, I guess, about about $20,000. I think that's pretty good to me, right? That's the most common observation. $20,000. I think it's pretty cool. Most people think that most likely. Now, Trade Alert just took a large position in XRP from MTV Media. Reason I post these types of, I guess, gifs sometimes or like tweets sometimes is I don't really know if he is being sarcastic or real, but it's cool to see that some of the bigger guys in there and even somebody who's not, I think, fully dedicated to XRP most of the time are being so positive towards it and really also, I guess, here in the community, just being happy with it all just makes me happy to see sometimes guys really show some bonding as well in a time where things are not doing that nicely. A lot of people are being separated now because of the vid-19. But I think in the XP community, it's still so simple for everybody to get back together and enjoy everything. Ripple posted on Twitter, new on the Ripple engineering blog. With large and complex distributed networks, testing can often be challenging, or it can often be a challenge. One of our staff RippleNet engineers dives into the process. Testing RippleNet. At Ripple, not only is our network unbounded, we also need to simulate networks of varying sizes, which complicates the local environment challenge. I just find it really interesting that this page is even there. I didn't even know that. It's engineering.ripple.com, and there's a couple of really cool things on here, which you can check. This article is from a couple of days ago, but it's actually quite an interesting one. If you want to check it out, it's a little bit more in depth. I don't think many people will need to read it, but if you like it, you can do that. And also, there's a careers section on there as well. You will send back to the Ripple page, but you can check it out. And talking about careers, I think it might be, I don't know which one it is. I have too many articles open here, too many tweets. But there's also a couple of careers open right now, which we'll explain in a second. XRP Stewart, however, replied to XRP Yoda, who said, if Ripple have the answers with XRP, with this global economic crisis, why is it being ignored? Why is the king not letting it in? Mass adoption is needed. Stop beating around the bush, IMF. XRP will change the game for good. And we all know it will change the game for good if it's being accepted. But Stewart has replied and said, I have circled one issue why XRP probably won't help with this global economic crisis. And you can see the market cap right there is $17 billion. Maddie replied and said, does that figure you have circled not change if the price of XRP is increased? Excuse my ignorance. And yes, of course, it does. But the point there is that right now, at a point like this, you're talking about trillions of dollars that are being needed. And even though a normal XRP transaction takes about 4 seconds, and thus $1 billion worth of XRP could always be enough, you're talking about a huge amount of money that needs to be used right now. Of course, if they're going to be using XRP, it will be less. But still, I think we're just too small for the big board at this point. I think a lot more attention needs to be brought to XRP before it could really play such a major role. I think the most easy one and the most superficial one is that it's not being trusted. That's, I think, plain Jane, really simply, the simplest reason out there. Second of all is, of course, the US dollar and the government and everybody over there. I guess you can also say IMF and whatnot. They don't want a XRP. They want dollars. If it devalues the coin or the fiat, they don't give a shit. They want those dollars. You know, you're making money by printing money. In, I don't know if I should say in principle or in essence or whatever word right there. In some way, you're losing a lot of money by devaluing your dollar, but by printing so much of it, most of the time they're still making a ton of money from it. So it's always a positive thing to do from a higher perspective, right? For the lower people, it's never really a nice thing, but sometimes it works in the way of government spending, which is most of the time the objective. And then again, it might stimulate the whole economy again and might, become a kind of a positive circle in the end. More about that we'll most likely talk about in my normal finance videos or maybe a macroeconomic video. I don't know. Jack Rippler said, boom, this is the one I needed to show you a second ago. A new job posting by Ripple suggests that a new trading platform on the XRP ledger will be launched soon. This could make it possible to launch digital assets on the XRP ledger. So it is actually already possible to launch tokens on the XRP ledger. So I don't really know exactly where that part is coming from. Maybe they just mean, a decentralized exchange on XRP ledger, making it, I don't really know exactly what's to come here. Could be kind of crazy if there's something really new. I don't know too much. New job posting by Ripple suggests that the new trading platform on the XP ledger will be launched soon. And this could make it possible to launch digital assets on the XP ledger. All right. That's pretty interesting. Ripple works on the next generation trading platform. Guess they're just trying to make something really special in that sense. They're looking for an engineering manager for on-demand liquidity, who as a system architect will link ODL with the new trading platform. Job description says, we're looking for an engineering manager to lead and shape the teams responsible for the ODL customer experience, integration into our next generation trading platform, and be a critical part of defining the future trajectory of on-demand liquidity and RippleNet. One point I should make right there is that we talked earlier about how Ripple right now is just in their first vertical, and they will do a little bit of the way that Amazon did it with first Amazon books and then go over into, I guess, normal Amazon. With Ripple as well, first just the normal RippleNet, how we see it right now, then most likely just the Ripple effect. I don't even know exactly what they're going to be calling it or something, but it's going to be big, right? And this is already showing another step forward, and they're getting there, guys. It's just a matter of time. Cryptomaniac says, does somebody really believe that global COVID, spread was caused by the Chinese man eating a bat? I want to see that in the comment section down below as well. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's true? Or do you think that's completely BS? I don't want to give too much attention to it because I think it might be bad for the videos. It might get deleted because of it, but I do wonder from you guys what you think about that. What's the cause of it all? What do you think? Marcus Treacher says, digitizing payments. Getting away from handling cash is the best way to help people remit money abroad in those difficult times. That's a retweet to Navin Gupta, who said, let's open it up. We're all in this together. Makes me think about the song. Let's work harder to digitize, remove friction, and lower cost of remittances for migrant workers. Migrant workers count the cost of the vid. It's true. Definitely true. That's what XRP is here for, guys. See-Through Nick says, rewatching today, The Big Short. Another good video, or I guess movie to watch right now, is definitely The Big Short. Reason being, well, markets are going down right now, but not that heavily quite yet, some might say, even though it is going down like to the core. The big question is also going to be, when are you going to buy in, right? And are you going to really short it for a bigger collapse of the whole economy? Or has it fallen down below right now? Or how could you have predicted this fall or anything like that? I mean, most economists were expecting the economy to turn around any of these months. Reason being, we've been in a 12-year ongoing, bullish period. Or how would you say that right now? What's the best way to phrase it? We've just been going good for 12 years. And I don't know the English word for it at this second. At one point, a recession had to come, right? And 12 years, I think, right now has been one of the longest times, maybe the longest time ever. And so history tells us that it was a turnaround point. Though the problem is, you never really know when it's going to happen because with cycles, you really have to rely on people. You really have to rely on common opinion. You have to rely on emotions. And you can't really put emotions in a model, in an economic model, which is again why you can never fully predict things. And also, again, why these cycles are always the same, but always a little bit differently because you don't know how people are going to react. And every time they react a little bit differently and a little bit more irrationally, which in the end hurts everybody. And why people can't predict it correctly. Greg Monarino said New York City expands morgue capacity by 75%, can now handle 3,600 corpses at a time. I'm kind of like, is this good news? Is this nice? Is that good? Is that something we should update ourselves with every time? Should this be, some reason we should be happy or what? But yeah. CZ said, don't see your currency in there. Check back in a few days, slowly but surely BNB. And this is again just to kind of clarify again how Binance and BNB as a coin are really engineering this space as well. By getting a lot of fiat connected to crypto, Binance is really making a lot of headway right there. Coinbase, they've done a good job for a very long while, but they're so slow in operating. They're so slow in service. They're so expensive with everything they do. And I think Binance is a better alternative in any shape, way, and form if they can get their platform, I guess, really, really out there. But they're really making some headway for themselves, and they're really on their route to maybe become the best one out there. We'll see though. Guys, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to check out my second channel called Dusty Finance. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video soon. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day.